So just taking a look at another interesting product from BROWEY. So yeah, I took a look at this company's first power station, I don't know, it was probably a year or two ago, and it had this built-in solar panel, which is, obviously a very unique thing. There's pros and cons with having it built in, but, it was nice to just kind of grab and go, grab one thing and go, and you'd have the solar, you'd have solar charging with you at all times. So they're kind of, extending this product line now. This is a smaller unit, by the way. It's smaller. It's about half the size and half the power as that other model. But it's got some cool, unique features here, and again, they're kind of continuing with this like survival gear theme, as you can see. And so, what do you get? Yeah, you get all kind of the top specs, the things that you're probably most concerned with. LFP battery, yeah, you get that. And 300 watt pure sine wave inverter. So, you got that as well. And of course, you can do solar charging and stuff. We'll talk about all the details, all the specs here in a second. Yeah, 288 watt hours. So, it is a smaller unit. But this is the thing. It's got these really cool features built in. Again, stuff you never see on any other power station, any other brand. How about a thermo hygrometer? Yeah, you probably haven't seen that on any power station before. And you might be wondering too, You're probably wondering, like, what the heck is that? Well, it's this dial down here. So this is on the lower part of the power station below the actual, the digital display for the battery and stuff is up there. And this is like, an analog dial. As you can see, the main dial, yeah, it's a thermometer, basically. So it reads up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, down to about -20. There's Celsius there as well. But then, of course, the reason it has a fancy name is because it will actually tell you the humidity as well. So hey, maybe you want to keep track of those things, and you want to know what it is, and you don't want to have to rely on a smartphone. If this is like, the GPS satellites are all down for, whatever reason, you can use your imagination of why those might be gone. You're going to have this power station, right? You're going to have an instrument that doesn't need all that modern tech, right? So, and of course, the main appeal with this product is you're going to be able to power any kind of device that you have with you, right? I mean, this is the whole point of a portable power station. So as I mentioned, yeah, 300 watt pure sine wave inverter, you get that. You get the 12 volt socket over here as well. And there's some barrel ports too. There's a couple of barrel ports there for 12 volt as well. And 4 USB ports and some good ones too. This last one over here is actually 100 watt in or out. So bidirectional basically. And that's going to come in real handy actually. Because, yeah, if you want to charge this thing up from the wall, well, guess what? This is the kind of the one disappointing thing. Yeah, there is a power brick. There's no bidirectional inverter. So it's going to be a slow charge from the wall, basically. Very slow, in fact, because they're saying 2.5 hours, and that's combining it with if you have like a high power, USB adapter that you can use, at the same time in combination with. Yeah, so if you want to charge this thing up fast from the wall, it's still going to take over 2 hours, and that's if you dual charge it. But again, this is a small portable power station, really meant to be, you take this thing out on the go with you. And so the most important thing is here, yeah, you can charge this thing with a solar panel up to 100 watts. And as far as the specs goes, the input is it's a maximum of 30 volts. And they do have a bundle, actually. So they will sell you a bundle because, even though this one doesn't have a solar panel built in like their other model, of course you can just, use their solar panel. You can use any solar panel, really, as long as it's below that 30 volts. This one, actually, that they sell, as a bundle with this is actually a really nice panel. 120 watts, actually. So, the reason that's kind of good is because if you want to be able to max out that DC input of 100 watts, if you use just a 100 watt panel, you're never going to get 100 watts, right? You're going to get like 75, 80 watts at the most. So 120 watt panel, you might actually be able to get close to that 100 watts. So that's real nice. And this panel is ETFE coated as well, you know, which is the best coating for these portable panels. It's going to last, you know, it'll probably outlast the power station, you know, 10 plus years. And when you are doing a solar charge on this thing, there is a little icon that will light up with a little solar panel icon. It's just kind of a cool little detail that I love. And of course, that's just one of many icons that this thing has to display, you know, to give you an idea of what's going on with it. It does have, you know, the input power, output power, you know, two separate ones there, and the time remaining. And this is the actual, you know, little display for the battery level. Of course, you know, there in the center, you've got the actual percentage as well. So it's actually got a lot of information in there. Kind of, again, it's a unique setup because it's just, you know, it's a round display. And that kind of blends in with the rest of the product. As you see, there's like, you know, the end caps of the product has all of these round features. And it's just kind of, it's cool. You know, it's got this, it's like, yeah, it's like a tactical survival gear design to it. And, you know, it comes with all of these accessories as well, which is really nice. I love, I love when you get all the stuff you're going to need, you know. So number one is, yeah, the leather sheath there, as you see, that we've shown in the pictures. You know, if you don't like the way that looks, you can just take that off. Although it does have a nice little pocket there, you know, for cables or whatever. And the real nice thing about this is this carrying strap right here. So yes, yes, they actually include this, which is so nice because, yeah, I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but when I took a look at this new Anker C300 a few weeks ago, this is like a big complaint of mine because this is an expensive product. You know, of course, you're paying for the Anker brand name, and they advertise it with this shoulder strap. Well, guess what? You had to pay like $30 extra to actually get that. And, you know, what's actually nice about this product as well is not just the fact that they give you the shoulder strap, but the product itself, as you can see, is actually more designed to be carried that way because it's so flat. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to, when you're walking with this thing, it's going to sit up flush against your body a little bit better. And if your arms are swinging, you know, your arms aren't going to hit it. You know, again, this Anker was real kind of a cube shape, you know, real bulky. And I think it was heavier too. So not the best design to actually be carried with a shoulder strap. This is more of, you know, this is more of the kind of product that you want to use, right? And again, I think that Anker was 9 pounds or something like that. So they're saying this thing is more closer to 8 pounds. And, you know, the specs, the inverter and the battery capacity is actually about the same. And then, you know, there's more here. There's more kind of cool little features to talk about. There's actually an LED light on the side, yes. But guess what? They give you this, they're calling this a lampshade. It's like a lens cover. This thing actually pops, you can pop it on or, you know, pop it off. And what that's going to do is basically, you know, if you don't have it on, it's going to act more as like a flashlight, a spotlight, you know, to help you find stuff in the dark. But then, yeah, you know, if you want to use this like as a lamp, right, like inside your van or a tent or something, you pop on that lampshade, you know, and it diffuses the light. It makes it like a softer light. So this is, you know, it's a niche product, yes, but there's something just so cool about this company because, you know, they're finding some success here. Actually, you know, when I reviewed this product, like I said, a couple of years ago, I thought for sure, you know, it was a cool thing. It was a cool idea and very well executed, the design, but, you know, I didn't think they would actually survive. You know, there's so many, I see so many of these new companies, and a lot of them do have some good innovations, but, you know, they can't sell the product. So evidently, this company has been successful.